everybody, welcome to my channel, Caitlin Reads and Rambles. My name's Caitlin, I like to read and I like to ramble, hence why it's called that. So in today's video I just want to do a brief introduction about me and also mainly what this channel is about. So before I go on, I just need to let you know, you might be aware that I sound a bit different, and that's not because I have a Geordie accent, and that's because I'm actually deaf. So I wear a cochlear implant, as you can see there. I have had hearing issues since I was a child. I'll probably do another video a bit more in depth about that, but I just want to let you know before we move on. So my name's Caitlin, I'm 34 and I live in the northeast of England, and I currently work in an admin role, but I signed up to the Open University back in March because I just missed out on the cut-off date for the February start by 1 week. I thought, oh, I'll go and sign up to the Open University now, I'm in a right good headspace, let's go and do it. And then it turned out I was too late, but I had to wait till March to fully sign up to that. So what I've signed up to is the Arts and Humanities pathway, and that's because I'm not quite sure what route I want to go down. Either I want to go down the history route or the classical studies route. So I'm going to let you know a bit more about that as I go on, and I'm just going to give you an introduction of what the Open University is about. So the Open University is a distance learning university. You do not have set times to study. You can study anywhere you want in the world. You can do it any time you want. You can do it at midnight. You can do it early morning. That's the great thing about the Open University. It's very, very flexible. So it's all about what you and your life can fit in around the Open University. So the Open University breaks the sort of things into stages. So whereas in the Brick University you have year 1, 2 and 3, in Open University you have stage 1, 2 and 3. So within stage 1 you do 120 credits, stage 2 another 120, stage 3 another 120. But you can do it as a part-time basis or full-time basis. Usually part-time is 60 credits a stage. No, 60 credits a module, and then it accumulates to 120 credits a stage. Or you can do full-time, which is 120 credits, but I would say a year because you do it as a full-time basis over a year, whereas part-time you do it over 2 years, each 120 credits. Sorry if that was a bit complicated. So for me, I'm doing it as a part-time basis, so I'm doing 60 credits each year, so I have 6 years that it will take me to do the full 360 credits, but you actually have 16 years to finish your degree. So if things happen in your life and you have to take a step back from the university, you can actually do that, but you do have to be mindful that you need to complete the degree within the 16-year time period. I think I have up to 2040 to complete mine. So it seems like it is away, but it probably will come quick. So you have the option to do it full-time or part-time, but what a lot of people have done is they do stage 1 over a year, so you do 2 modules at the same time, and then they drop down to 1 module a year, so 60 credits a year, because the intensity of stage 2 and stage 3 get a little bit more than what it would be in stage 1. Now, for my pathway, I did not need to have any prior qualifications. It may be different on a different sort of degree or different pathway. Yeah, I didn't need to apply for UCAS, I didn't need to do a personal statement or anything like that. I just filled in my details and applied. They processed it and said, yeah, we'll keep a place for you as long as you have the funding in place. So in the terms of funding, I went for the student loan. Now, I and ah about this because I did not like have the feeling of having debt over my head. But what a lot of people have said, it's like, what are your projected income? I said, I'm not too sure. But also what the government can do and what they have done in the past, they have changed the threshold within the plans. even though they don't start like a new plan. So when you have the student loan, usually in a big university, they would start taking payments the April after you finish the degree. But if you're doing it over part time with the Open University, it will actually start taking it 4 years after you've started. But you have to earn over 25,000 a year for them to start paying it back. So it's anything over 25,000, so it's 9% over 25,000. So it's a bit like, like income tax sort of thing, you got the threshold. So say you earn 26,000, it would only take 9% of over 25,000, so it's only 9% of the thousand. So it's actually like not that much in reality if you break that down. So another way you can do it is self-funding, or you can be sponsored by your employer, or you can go through the Open University student like sort of loan thing, but where you take the loan from the Open University and then you pay them back. I believe you have to have a credit check for that, so please be mindful. But please do, if you're thinking about doing that, please have a look on the Open University's website for more information, and also contact student support for further information. Please don't do anything because I said to go and do it. I'm just trying to give you a brief sort of outline what is available out there. For those who already have a degree and you're thinking about doing a different degree from the one that you've already have, you may be able to have student loan funding for a second degree only if it's listed on the STEM sort of subjects. So the Open University have a great page on what subjects are available to be able to get the second student loan. But if you're the course that you want to do isn't listed on there, you will have to self-fund to do that, or do the Open University student loan thing. So that is the funding and payments. You do need to make sure it's in place before you start, or at least start the application if you're going through student loan before you start. Currently, at the minute, it'll probably be the most busy time because you've got people who are applying for like the big universities and things like that. Mine was okay in place, but there was a little bit of an issue. So it's getting sorted, but I don't know why they've said, oh yeah, it's in place, and then they've just realised this issue. But it is getting sorted. I'm still going ahead to do the degree, at least I hope. Um, the other side of the student loan system is the disabled students allowance. So if you're disabled and you're going to do this Open University thing, it's a great way to get support, extra support that you may need. Um, I'm not sure exactly what support will be in place for me, but I'm actually going for my disabled students assessment tomorrow. But I probably will do a more in-depth video about that. But I do um have awareness that you could get a laptop, but you do need to pay £200 towards the cost of the laptop if you get one. They may give you a printer, printing credits, ink. I've heard about people getting like ergonomic chairs. They're getting like special software pre-programmed into the laptop to help them study. I've also contacted the Open University because when you apply, it does ask if you are a disabled student and they ask for information about that, and then they give me information for help and resources there. Um, with me, like with my hearing issues, I think Open University is great for me because everything's going to be pretty much written down. I'll have module materials, I'll have the website with the Open University information and module information there. There is a thing where there is tutorials, and tutorials are online. I think there used to be like some face-to-face ones prior to COVID, but since COVID, they're all sort of being online. I think that's a great thing because a lot of people might not be able to make it down to Milton Keynes to do like face-to-face tutorials. Um, so with that sort of thing, I've heard that I know there is captions because I tried it out with the there was like had a live session, like a live session that was going on, and it had like the screen, and there was captions. You can click captions if you want to, and they're quite quick and snappy. There was times when it didn't spell the word correctly, or it was like saying something else to what I think might have been said, because the context just wasn't the same as what they were saying, what they were talking about, shall I say. So I've always had experience of like live caption and things like that, so I'm quite used to it's not being fully correct. I am aware that there is tutorials that will be recorded. So if there's a time when I've had a day when I've had so much noise into me, because I do have times when, even though I'm deaf, I do have to really like process noise all the time, or if there's a lot of talking, I have to really, really concentrate in what I'm trying to hear. And that it does get tiring, and it really does, because you try to force your brain to like think what they're actually saying. So there might be times when I'm feeling like that. So I can go back to recording at a later date if I want to. Now, from what I've seen from other videos and talking to other students, is that tutorials are invaluable. They really do help you with your tutor mock assignments, which are your like sort of regular assignments that you have, and also your end of module assignments. So they do recommend to go to the tutorials, because there might be a question that other people might have that you have, and you'll get the answer there, and your tutor's there, and you can ask the questions there, and it can actually benefit other people as well, because there might be questions that you thought of that they haven't thought of, or you haven't thought of and they have. Um, so apparently it's a very, very good and valuable resource. So that's the general consensus, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get out of that, but that's another reason why I've signed up to the Open University, because it's going to be a lot easier than going to a big university in terms of understanding the material and being able to actually start the course, shall I say. So, the reason why I'm doing the Open University is a good question for you to ask. There is quite a few answers to that. Is one, I love learning. I enjoy learning things. I like watching documentaries. I like watching films based on true stories. I like reading articles. I like reading like things. I just like learning about history, and I like going to museums. I like going to things like that. And even when I go on holiday, I like learning about the culture. So I'm going to Norway at some point this year. I'm not going to tell you when, and I'm just going to enjoy learning about their culture and learn about their history. And I'm also going to Dubrovnik, and we, we actually went to a travel agent. Sat down with a travel agent, and we said we're not exactly sure where we want to go on a summer holiday next year, because the last few holidays just wasn't quite us. We went to Zante, that wasn't really us. And I went on honeymoon to Bulgaria. um, they go to the small towns and things like were great, but the rest of it, it just wasn't fully us. We did go to Rhodes, and we loved that. We loved like the old town in Rhodes, and we like going to the different villages that we went to. That's great. We loved doing things like that. So when we sat down with the travel agent, when my husband said he's thinking about Dubrovnik, we thought about Tenerife and Malta. And she said, right, Tenerife probably isn't your thing, because it's more like a beachy holiday. You just lounge around and you like drink and things like that. And also with everything going on in Tenerife at the moment, I just want to stay out of it. I don't want to get that involved in that. Malta is a bit pricey. It's great for history and stuff. It's just really expensive at the minute. And then she said Dubrovnik will probably be a good shout. Got a lot of culture there, and I looked into it, and yeah, and even that like sort of town like square thing, there is loads to look at. You will not be able to do that in a day. So that's what, yeah, I just love doing stuff like that. So yeah, that's one reason why I want to do it. The second reason is that I was told I should do history as a GCSE student when I was in school, but unfortunately, I got told that after the cut-off date to do my GCSEs, like sort of choices. I was more focused to going down the health route because I actually did nursing at university, but I did not qualify. I only got a qualification for like 1 year, which was like a certificate. Um, so I never thought I would go back to university after that experience, but here we are. um, Another reason is that I had done Vision to Learn courses, which are like three sort of level 2 sort of courses. I've done Understanding Autism, Business and Admin. I've done, I can't remember what the other one that I've done, but the most recent one is the Understanding Autism, and I just loved having something to focus on when I come back from work because I don't really watch much like live TV or like I used to watch the soaps. I very, very, very rarely watch that now. I couldn't even tell you what's going on the soaps at the moment. Um, so yeah, the only times I really watch it is if I know that there's a documentary coming on about like say like history or there's like a thing that I'm really interested. So it'd be great to have something to focus on when I come home. Um and yeah, I just love learning and the other reason is that I want to have something where I can fall back on if something does happen in terms of my job or if I want to change careers or anything like that, I have something to fall back on as well. So that's that. I am conscious of the time if I'm not boring you or something like that. But moving on to the actual Open University, like my content, like the course that I'm doing. So I'm waiting for my module materials to come. They should come within this month at some point. They have got a dispatch date of the 30th of August, and I did ask, hang on, why it got like the 30th of August? I can see the previous dispatch dates being like sort of like next week. And they said, well, we need to make sure the students who have access needs, so like a lot of them need like the modules like sort of pre-printed, like the stuff that they need pre-printed. They want to make sure that they've got that before they send out the main module materials, which is understandable. I have been in contact with a few other students and they have said that the dispatch dates may change to earlier time frame. So say like the 30th, but it could come earlier. So we shall wait and see. So another thing in terms of the module materials, why I'm anxious about that coming because the module website opens on the 11th of September and the official date for the course to start is the 7th of October, I believe. But the people have said when the module page opens, start like straight away, get a head start. Because if you have things going on in your life, and say if you get sick or if you go on holiday, which I'm going on holiday at some point, you will be like you won't be like sort of dragged behind, so it'll be easy to catch up, or you might get ahead. Now with the module homepage that I have seen online is that it will break it down by weeks, but you do not have to do each week as the date stated. You can just carry on and get ahead as much as you can. But they have said just be careful not to get too far ahead, especially when it comes to tutorials, because the tutorials are usually about the TMAs that are coming up. So you want to be able to like understand what they're like sort of talking about. But to get myself prepared, I have bought my set books. Now, some courses may not, or may not have set books to buy, but I just went to get ahead and bought them. I haven't read them yet. I should really get a head start and read them. But yeah, maybe I just want to wait until we get to that sort of area to be able to read them. Yeah, so let me show you what I've got. So I've got Antigone. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. If I pronounce that wrong, I do apologise. and honestly I've had thicker toilet paper than that. But that was £10 something in Blackwell's. I have a poetry book. I'm not really big on poetry. Don't really like it. Never had. But I have to get this book for the course. So it's the Faber Book of Beasts, and it's like this orange one. I got that from Amazon. Can't remember exactly how much I paid for that. I think it was about £10 again. And then I've got Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, and it needs to be the specific book. And it's got other Christmas books as well. It needs to be this book for some reason. Maybe because it's a particular page and format and things like that. I'm not quite sure. So that's the 3 set books that I've got. So I'm ready to go. I have also got a tablet because I've decided to write my notes digitally because my handwriting's terrible. I can easily delete like anything that I've missed, like sort of written, very easily. And the great thing about having the tablet that I have, you can do split screen, so I can look at the module materials online and then I can also write at the same time. So I can take it to work with me and I can do some studying during lunchtime. I can take it on holiday with me if I wanted to. I can take it to a cafe, and it's going to be a lot easier than carrying like my laptop and then having to carry notebooks and pens and things like that. I've got everything all in the one thing. So that's what I have ready to go. I've invested in a lamp for my desk area. I've tidied my desk area just to make sure it's nice and tidy for when I start, because I am going to need the space for it. And I've invested in a lamp because the module's going to be over the winter period and I want it nice and cosy for when I'm studying. Yeah, so that's the Open University and that's what I'm going to be studying. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them, but please be aware that I am only just starting out. I do not have the answers for everything. If you are thinking about doing the Open University, please go and check out the website. I believe you've got, at the moment it's just 5 weeks to sign up to it, but I think it might change from tomorrow morning to 4 weeks. So if you are thinking about signing up for it this year, please get a wiggle on and yeah, to go and sign up. And also please be aware that maybe the course that you want to start may not be available because they get filled easily. So just please be aware that the course that you might want to do may not be available, but it will be available in the future. If you have any questions, please contact student support. They'll be more than happy to help you. If you are starting this year, hello. I wish you luck. Please let me know if you're starting and what you're studying. And maybe we can sort of have a little sort of like thing that you're following, or I don't know what it's called, just like a group of people, because I am currently on the Discord for this module. I'm on Facebook groups and also I've seen on the student rooms and Reddit, and I will shut up now because I am rambling on now. But thank you for watching and bye bye.